right, Shalom, we the Hebrew Israelites, come to you week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of America, which is aka Babylon in the scriptures. First and foremost, all honor and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom, all the Akim laboring in truth, in sincerity and sound doctrine. We come back out another week, to bring out the scriptures, to let these people know, the 12 tribes of Israel, from Judah, Benjamin, Levi on down, that they are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speak of, and they are not these bywords that is also on this sign as well. Okay, and that this truth and salvation is only for Israel, not a heathen. And what I mean by heathen, anybody outside of the nations of Israel. And by us coming out here, it's proof that, we pressing towards that mark. Okay, that mark of exemption, and just pressing towards that mark of completing and finishing this course, this race. You could get Philippians 3 and 14.
Philippians.
We pressing towards that mark to completing the task. When once the elect is sealed, that's our ticket up out of here, man. Lord willing, we on that ticket on the chariot. We got a seat reserved for us, Lord willing. But people outside of this understanding, they want to stay here. They want to continue in Babylon. They want to continue to be under the foot of the so-called white man, which is the Edomites or Esau the Bible speaks of. He great go plan a terrorist attack himself. You seen him?
Yeah, you got a little vest on him.
Yeah.
And a little book bag.
And a little book bag, yep. Got it out.
You said 3 and 14?
Con.
All right. This is Philippians 3 and 14. I press toward the mark for the prize and for the high calling of Yahweh, and it says in Christ, so-called Christ Jesus.
That's right. We pressing towards that mark and that high calling. Hey, this is a high calling right here, man. And this is a responsibility given only to a chosen few. And it's a glorious name to be called, to be, one of the prophets of the Lord, possibly. Or even, let's say, you can't be in this truth with a mindset of, hey, you know what, I might not make it, so I'm gonna do a bare minimum. I'm gonna do just enough or whatever. When you've been given this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you got to continue on as if, hey, I got a chance of being a part of the elect. You got to continue to press on. Like a full court press in basketball. And what's the mark and when you put the full court press on? To cause a turnover, so that way your team can score, man. And we try to score for the elect of Israel, man. Not you nations outside of it, like you so-called white people. And I say so-called because it's not a thing about color. Some of our people look like other nations, and some of the people that look like us could be another nation as well. That was it on that.
You try to break it down for simple terms for the people that don't understand it. That's why we say so-called white people, because you're not going to understand what an Edomite is, man.
Right. Or in the scriptures we're referred to God and Jesus Christ, even though we know those aren't the names. So we got to relate that to some certain people, so that, hey, okay, Khan. All right, well, so what is the name? And we're not just going like willfully give out the name of the Lord, for people to trample over it. It's that the Lord is a stumbling block to people, man. It's a stumbling block to even people who so-called know the truth. Because they're calling say you can call them whatever you want. It's 4 and 17.
Oh, 17. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. It says, for our light affliction.
This is a light thing that we going through, man. Okay? Losing jobs, losing family members, being sick. This is only a light affliction. Okay, our Lord went through a heavy affliction, man. He had the whole nation on his back. Okay? You got it.
Which is but for a moment.
Only but for a moment. It may seem like we was in slavery or in captivity forever, but it's only been a brief period of time. Just think about it. Our light affliction is going to turn into an eternity, a lifetime, forever in the kingdom, man. We're going to forever be you know, the rulers. You know?
Romans 8 and 15. It says, "For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father." And you know, because the brother was talking about the name of the Lord. When you go into it, you know, the God that these Christians worship, they act like he always showing love,
right?
You know, but when you come into this truth, you understand that the Lord is dealing with us like his sons,
right?
You know, that the Most High is our Father, and we got to treat him. He's precious, man. You know, by the fact that we are even in this situation and being called, that the Lord is having mercy on us, man.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta be found worthy to suffer for the Lord, man. Like it's an example when Peter and a few of the apostles got locked up, you know, and they found it joyous to suffer for the name Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man.
Yeah.
And that's how the spirit we in. Let's say some of us may be cast into prisons, man. It's going to happen. But when that does happen, that should be a faith booster unto yourself, because it's like, damn, you know, I'm suffering for the Lord's sake, and you know, I'm going through what he and his men of old went through. Hey, I could be one of those men of old possibly as well. So that's more the reason to continue to fight for the Lord. You got it, your precept.
This is Romans chapter 8, verses 18. And it reads, "For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." In other words, when we going through the persecution that we're going to have to go through, it's not nothing compared to what the Lord is going to give us. You know, the Lord is going to bless us above, way beyond our comprehension.
Bring that back out again now.
This is Romans chapter 8, verses 18. "For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us."
Hey, this present suffering, Slag, this dweeb just walked by, but hey, bring that last part out again real
I'll
quick.
bring it all over. Romans chapter 8, verses 18. "For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us."
Hey, you think of some of the worst situations our oppressors, the so-called white man, put us in? You think of what they done to us in slavery, man? That's only a light thing compared to the glory that we're going to be given. Think of the word recompense. Somebody can get the definition. Recompense. You know, we're gonna, with that definition of that word, we're gonna do unto our enemies what they done to us, and more, but in righteousness. Now we're not gonna be cutting rods off and sticking them in formaldehyde jars and buck breaking. You know, we're gonna put our foot in these other nations' rectum righteously, man.
I got that definition. Recompense, make to someone for loss or harm, suffering, compensate.
That's right. We're going to recompense you for our harm. You know, a brother just brought out the scripture saying, being the adoption, which means we're going to be adopted or brought back into the Lord's graces, man. You know?
At least we know that in our captivity we have comfort. You know, in their captivity they ain't going to have no comfort.
Yeah.
Who they going to turn to? Because Satan, we were talking about it earlier, Satan going to turn his back on them.
I don't deal with y'all no more. That was only for the meantime. But I thought, ain't no but I thought. You don't know I work for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua itself?
Right.
You know? Hey, it ain't going to be no, like in Esau society, you got 2-3 time losers in this society. There's going to be no 2-time loser Israelites in our kingdom, man. Everybody's going to be on a level, you know. We're not going to go off on the laws and statutes and commandments no more, and we're going to have servants, man. And we're going to love for our enemies to serve us in the kingdom, you know.
We're gonna really live. That's what you call living. We're gonna actually live a a full perfect day. Because now we not living. Everything is we in this wicked system. When you wake up, you feel depressed. You got to go to your work, your job. You get depressed. So when in the kingdom, when we wake up, we're gonna actually live a full day, a perfect day.
Yeah.
With no crime, with no harm, with no death. We're gonna just live it.
Hey, what the scriptures say? They brought it out in the Nat Turner movie. We're gonna wake up with singing praises in our bed, man. You know?
Oh, that movie, Coming to America.
And they're
That
gonna
too.
They're gonna do 1,000 years, and it's gonna be slow time.
Yep.
Yeah. Right now we're dealing with fast time. Time
Yep.
flies. You know?
Yes.
Right now the day go by so fast, being as though that the times are changing right now. Like the day be going, the sun be setting at like 5 o'clock. You know, it only come out for like 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you know, I hear a lot of old heads back in the day say it ain't enough hours in the day. We gonna have plenty of hours in the day in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
Hey, these Edomites and these other nations, they're gonna be looking forward to the Sabbath, man.
Yeah, they ain't gonna have no bed. Like y'all just said, we're gonna wake up in the bed praising.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna have no bed to praise.
Another thing we're not gonna have is Mr. Moms over here.
Yeah, Mr. Moms.
They got, cause our women gonna have even service.
Yeah.
You know, to handle that type of stuff too.
Yep.
But I got scripture too. Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon your enemies, and on them that hate you, which persecuted you." And one of the curses is like we gotta go to Esau for the want of all things.
Yep.
They're gonna have to come to us for the want of all things.
Yep.
You know, the stranger, the gook's gonna be on a higher level than the Edomite, man.
Come. Hey, Japheth. You look at some of Japheth and them gooks. They are right now. They on really a higher level than Esau. Not in rulership, but the Lord said they are the basis of all His creations, the basis of man.
Them Hamites.
Yeah.
Them I'm talking about the ones out there like the Hamites of the Hamites.
Yeah, the real Hamites.
They gonna be higher than Esau.
Yep. Hey, they're gonna be taskmasters over Esau. You know, they're gonna be riding around with the horses in the fields, making sure Esau doing his work. You know, make sure he get the right amount of lashings per day across his back, like they did to us in slavery.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't have enough lashings. Give him more. You know, Toby. I'm gonna name a large percentage of my slaves, Lord willing, Toby.
Toby? That
You
ain't
got,
your
you got,
name.
you call for a precept?
Yeah.
Come.
Hey, it's only fair though because they did it.
No,
They gave us
13 to
names.
20.
This is Mark chapter 13 verses 20. And it reads, "And except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh shall be saved."
So yeah, man, if the Lord didn't shorten the days here, hey, if the Lord didn't shorten the days, Esau would wipe out everybody, even himself, man. This is the same brilliant brain that said he wants to go blow up nuclear weapons on Mars to see if it'll create water.
They wanted to shoot a missile up at the
moon.
Yeah, the moon. Yeah.
And the same DJ Trump, he said, how about we just blow up nuclear missiles on hurricanes so they won't touch America?
They said when it was the shoot, because it was during the eclipse, when the eclipse was happening, they wanted to shoot bacteria into the air.
Yeah.
What?
That's the brain of the. Bring that back out again, out.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they're trying to fulfill Agenda 21, where they're depopulating the world by 3 billion.
3 billion. Yep. Bring that out.
This is Mark chapter 13 verses 20. And it reads, "And except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh shall be saved, but for the elect's sake,
And no, go ahead. My bad.
whom he have chosen, he have shortened the days."
And time is sped up and shortened. Esau's time in rulership is only for the elect's sake, man. Because if you leave it up to Esau, he gonna wipe out everything.
Look
You
at
know?
what it did to the ocean.
Yeah.
The crabs was designed to clean up the ocean. They can't even clean. You know what? Even if all the crabs was in the ocean, the crabs couldn't eat styrofoam.
No. You got whales washing up on beaches with trash in